Good evening, gentlemen. Good Sunday evening to each and every one of you. It's very, very, very beautiful outside. The sunset is very nice. I feel decent, so I just felt like doing a little bantering. Nothing serious. You know, guys, a lot of things the last several decades have gotten lost in translation, especially in my culture and my country. And it's simple things, guys, too. You know, our names, and like our last names, where they come from, what they mean. Our first names. You know, let's be honest. In my country, America, my age and older, we are we're the whatever generations of the immigrants. We're probably the last generation that still has somewhat ties or any kind of inkling or connection or bond to these things. And I see this and I know this. A lot of the younger ones don't even care about the history or their heritage. So many things have gotten lost in translation. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's aware of this, but you used to name children for reasons. Names used to have meanings. It's especially when it's a single woman, a single mother. You get the bastardization and the slandering and the cultural stealing of names and meanings and such. It's disheartening. It's lost in translation. I guarantee you a lot of people don't even know where their names come from. They couldn't tell you if their life depended upon it or if this nonsensical garbage known as the lottery that's worth whatever $1 billion. And when you ask these people what they think these things mean, you get such diluted, nonsensical, unintelligent answers. Or you get cultural appropriation garbage. Like Caucasian women slandering and decimating any and all cultures in this realm. Naming children things that they don't know the meaning of. You have Caucasian princess snowflakes naming Caucasian boys Jehu and Nehemiah. And they don't even know the meaning of these words. What else has been lost in translation, gentlemen? There absolutely, unequivocally is a difference in us and the genders and our definition and meaning and roles as such, man and woman, mother and father. So much has been lost in translation. A woman, a mother, is there for basic simple things with one exception and disclaimer, and that being the physical burden and bearing of the 9 months in the childbirth. Other than that, she is the vessel to carry life and bring forth life. She's there to love and provide love, to nurture, and to keep the kids alive. That's it. You're not there to discipline. You are not there to educate, train, or nurture to a certain degree at all. No, that's not your place. You see, so much has been lost in translation that you have the blind and deaf leading the blind and the deaf. At some point, it has to stop. You know, we're the only country in this realm that's done this. You know, we're the only ones that have forgotten or lost in translation the meanings or the origins of names, whether it be first or last name, the definition or meaning and roles of a father or a mother, an educator. So many things have not only been lost in translation, they've been hijacked. I don't even know where to begin on the hijacking because that's a never-ending rabbit hole. It really, truly is. I mean, everything from faith to simply reading has been hijacked. Yeah, reading has been hijacked. They prefer you listen to a stupid, dumb, made up, automated voice than actually becoming intelligent. Basic skills, comprehensive skills. You know, basic things of life have been lost in translation under the guise and the term digital. We've forgotten to even how to really, pay attention to time. How is it that I can remember as a kid how we did it? You never needed anything to really tell you. People rely on digital things to tell them the weather because it's been lost in translation how to do it. But it really is important. I know that it's not going to make a difference because the people that need to hear this don't hear this. When you name a child, in my culture especially, and I know it does in other cultures too, it has more meaning in other cultures. I definitely need to clarify. I need to correct myself and be more clear on that. I do know that has more weight and meaning and bearing in other cultures. When you name a child, especially a boy, it's got meaning to it. Segueing from that, so many have lost their heritage, their blood, or where they even come from. And that's sad in my country. We all used to be proud of where we came from in our blood. None of us ever accepted or welcomed government or any of this nonsensical BS that's happening. We always were against the system. Authoritarianism, control, manipulation, and brainwashing. That's how we got here. So much has been lost in translation. The younger ones don't even know why we're here, or why they're here, or how they got here. I could segue off of that into something else. It's been lost into translation. And it has to do with this country and how this country got to be what it is and how people came here. The whole control mechanism known as slavery. You see, you'll never trick me, gaslight me, nor fool me about all that propagandized BS. You see, I know my heritage, and I know where I come from, despite living in America. And I happen to know full well the atrocities and the crimes committed upon my blood and my kind vastly outweigh and outnumber those committed upon African Americans or whatever have you believe, whatever history you've been taught or you read. I just happen to know what I know, and I know a lot of it's crap. It's brainwashing, it's programming. A lot of that stuff doesn't even predate the 1830s. So you can miss me with how you've been beat, brutalized, and suppressed. You see, we were beat, bloodied, murdered, and chained before we could get off the ramps to get on the docks off the boats. You see, I will not be lost in translation. That will not happen. There's a famous American movie made about that. So miss me with, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, even the roles of teachers, coaches, and what have you have been lost in translation. For various reasons. Most of them nefarious and sadistic. The thumbnail does have meaning. It does bear weight. What you take from that, you take from that. Is it personal? It's very personal. Take from that what you will. It's very personal. And do not misunderstand that thumbnail as some kind of control mechanism or a cult or any of this crap this system and this realm have. Because I don't belong to any of that stuff and I don't believe in any of that stuff. Again, I just know my blood and my heritage and where I come from. I think a lot of men would really benefit if they knew what of their lives have been lost in translation, whether their name, their heritage, their family, and anything else like that. I'm gonna take a chance. You guys want to see something really crazy? I'm sorry to interrupt, but this sky is wicked. There's like a circle with an X. Can you guys see that? The circle and then like the X in the middle. Anyways, I had to show you that. That's just weird. I hardly ever see stuff like that because I live in a I live in a big city. And I went most of my life not knowing certain things. Like what that thumbnail means. At some point, you have to have translation. You have to have knowledge, understanding. You have to know the past. Without knowing the past, you can't shape and create the future. Gentlemen, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. This has been Reviving Real News.